a 5. That basically means that it's not that successful. You don't get to do that much, but I just, I mean, it has no immediate effect. They stop, but they do one thing, and they probably they will like put you in shackles. So roll that d10 also.
And that is,
And
I'm a very bad automatic dice roller. That's only a 4.
Yeah, it's only 4. So that didn't work out that well. So basically, what they listen to you, but they still perceive you as a threat. So so I have 4 more points. No, I've spent 1, so I have 3 more conflict points before this is ended. So they can hold you.
And if the role would have been better, I would have been perceived as an ally,
right,
in their struggle to the greater threat.
Yeah, that's not
for example
of what the mechanics, but that's totally possible story wise. But it would have probably what mechanically would remove stress from your character sheet. You could have like gained a lot of dice going forward. So that's the benefit of doing this disruptive stuff. It kind of lowers the pressure on your character. So now we could do
end up
another
with me
turn.
Struggling under all these fighting and conflicted robots and slaves. Some of them support me, some of them don't. And I am in this swirl of bodies and fighting and arguing.
Yeah.
And is he still in chains? Is he shackled?
No, I think he's not in shackles, but they're trying to hold him. They're like holding him. So both of you can do stuff, but you are affected by.
And I think talked about how you have a budget for conflicts. What has happened to that?
I just told you I'm down to 3 in that budget.
I'm sure you told me, but I have to. I'm not that smart. Yeah. I might forget the pieces as we go. So 3 points left. If we can outlast him for 3 more points and not get taken out by our stress, we'll do it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's correct.
So, and that means that the scene is over, or that means that the conflict is over.
Yeah. So if I have like destroyed you with
tons of stress,
adding stress to your shit,
right?
Yeah. And I
hold on, I'm taking some notes. Got it. Okay. So, what happens? I'm curious. What do we do is the question, correct?
Yeah, that's your.
I guess that our goal is to gain freedom. Our goal moving forward is not only to deplete your points, but also to have a sort of
we want to
be stepping stone.
The entire conflict is about convincing them in terms of policy that enough of them will support our cause, and specifically that they won't begin their rebellion until after we make sure we don't blow up.
Yeah.
Right. That's really what we want. We want the rebellion to take a coffee break. So, and we're not against the rebellion. I don't think I am anyway. They're probably terribly mistreated, and, it's been awful for them, and I'm all about them winning their freedom and starting the new society and everything, just not today. We have dooms to manage here. So, I'm trying to think about what my actions would be, and I'm going to do what you do in a role-playing game. I'm going to go back to Miro on my screen, and I'm going to read my character sheet carefully. because that's what you do.
Yeah.
When you don't know what to do. Oh,
Exactly.
Yes. So here, oh, well, I possess the power of enduring an unpleasant or difficult process or situation without giving way. What I just said seems to go perfectly
Mhm.
with saying that all sentient and intelligent beings have equal rights. Um, and I think that I'm definitely going to be working with the robots. I want the robot story card connection. I want my relationship, and I want my my attribute. So those are the three things that I can see.
Yeah, that means 10.
Oh, excellent. Okay. I will find my 10-sided die around here somewhere. Yes. Okay. Do I roll now?
And you're rolling, and you're still doing something that is in opposition with their belief. So you're still rolling on that, and what that basically means is that you have a potential gain of draining that, but there's also a potential that you lose the conflict in this, because if you roll 1, 2, or 3, I can distribute
Right. You're just going
stress
to
to your
you're just
character
going to
sheets.
do it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I
Yeah.
understand. Okay. So here it comes. I get to 7 this time. That seems better.
That's better. This is 7 is, if you roll 7, that's a trick move. It's a move where you get to look at the other and see if you want to do anything else. But basically, this is you basically do something that removes 1 point from the conflict pool.
Oh, only 1
So,
point. It's
but-
up to you, Eric.
Yeah.
But do you get any points? Do you get to give me any stress or anything?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't
good.
get to give you any stress.
Okay,
but
that's
you
good.
kind
At
of
least we have a net
Yeah.
gain.
yeah. So you kind of continue your chant or your demonic sermon with all of that things, and it's actually affecting the people holding you. It's not
Right.
only dread that comes through. It's something more. You see that
Well, I have reaffirmed that I'm
they're
not just a
starting to
demonic.
hesitate.
It seems clear to me. I have reaffirmed that I am not just a demonic witch who's
No.
opening vortices. I am also still on their side. I believe in them as beings, all of them.
Yeah.
I'm still for their revolution. I'm doing this because I want the revolution to succeed. Right? That's what I was
Yes.
thinking, and that's what I said, and what I'm reinforcing right now, that maybe, the ones closest to me, whoever touches me, stops grabbing me and listens or starts to help me. So there is some kind of
and I think
calm.
the robots are really losing their
Right.
grip around your.
Right.
So
Right.
going back to Sikkerton Swimbleforth, I think you have to kind of decide what side are you on at this.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have sides.
No,
I'm
that's-
slippery, so I guess that I'm trying to break free. And doing that,
Yes.
I say that I don't really care that the robots will be outmaneuvered by the rebel humans.
Yeah.
And sort of
You don't personally care.
No, I will sow the seed of mistrust between
I see.
in between the rebels.
You bastard.
But this is interesting. This is basically doing something that you're making. You're
I
not
have no
doing-
enemies. I have no friends.
You
They
just
are
make
a
trouble
means
wherever
of.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that. What's the purpose of this? What you're doing? If you explain that to me, I think.
By weakening their alliance, I guess that I can by sowing.
Make them more. And I think this is still a disruptive move. You're trying to like confuse them. You're
That
doing
seems
something
It
right,
is.
yeah.
the other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and roll again. You can roll your
Is that a 12 again or a 10?
Yeah.
A 12. A 12.
roll a 12 again.
10.
10. Okay. You can either remove one stress from yourself or an ally, or gain a blue D10. But
he-
then then I get to spend 1 point, or you can reduce the conflict pool by 2, and that would basically end this.
That's where we're headed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't get to spend anything.
Yeah, I'll reduce the conflict pool.
Yeah. So basically, the connection between the two, the demonic interdimensional sermon and your egoistical, that kind of breaks up, and people start calming down, and they realize that you are something other than charlatans representing someone else. You're actually meaning what you're saying, and
Right.
they're for the first time since you came here, they're starting to listen. And also the robots you can feel that their special role you're feeling love in the room.
I
the
am all
robots.
for that. Cosmic
Yeah.
robot love. I am all for it.
Yeah, I've decided to take my
You
car
don't know what
instead
you're
of going
missing,
by.
man.
But what I can see now immediately is that I really like the tension, and having the blue die is good. There's more ways of getting blue die that we're not involved in here, and
Right.
I would also presume that in this stage you might have a small stash of blue die that you can choose if something goes terribly wrong.
Perhaps, although I do think that it should be important that we can lose. We don't want to create
Yeah,
all sorts
yes.
of ways of wiggle options that keep allowing us to just throw more currency in until we win. I like the
No.
fact that you might be facing a loss. You really might.
Yeah.
So that's.
And I
that's
think
important.
in this case, a loss might have been as interesting as
Oh yeah.
the actual game.
Yeah.
And so on. And what I feel right now that a lot of this, it's a bit bushy, as we said before. There's a lot of things happening on each roll.
I have some notes about that we can get to later, I think.
I think we have to get to that someone else, but I also you also have to have some kind of notion on what's a big conflict pool and what's not.
Right.
And
Right.
how
if we
do
are
I
up against 15 or up against 5, we will care. Right.
exactly?
Okay.
So yeah, that's
Cool.
basically that.
Okay. We'll leave it.
Yeah,
for
but
you
thank
to
you very
turn
much.
over in your mind. You have seen it now, so
Yeah, I'm cynic. Thank you very much.
all right.
Thank you.
Take care,
Okay, bye.
everybody.